What you'll see today on the Osmo Pocket 4 in the real world. Stunning 240 frame per second slow motion, and why the tech on the Osmo Pocket 4 allows for this cinematic storytelling, the philosophical and the practical of how I get these shots. Neon-anamorphic, it's as if Wong Kar-wai used the Osmo Pocket 4. The world is waiting to get their hands on this camera, but today I'm showing you why, even though seasons may change, the specs don't matter if you don't have the strategy. Now, I've filmed over 100 cinematic vlogs with the Osmo Pocket 3, but the slow motion on this new rig changes everything. Now, I've been using the DJI Osmo Pocket 4 out there in the real world, and as you saw in my test footage, they've really upgraded what made the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 so usable, but also just such a good quality camera. Now today, this video is entirely produced on the DJI Osmo Pocket 4. Allow me to show you how I get these shots and all on a pocket camera. So I took the tram to the DJI store in Melbourne Central to ask if they had any new gear for the Osmo Pocket 4, but there wasn't any. What I like about the 4 is the gear from the 3 is able to be used with the 4, which is a strength, while a rumoured Pocket 4 Pro Edition leak and possible releases on the horizon. It sounds good on paper, but it would leave my OP3 gear unusable. Part of my toolkit is the variety of lenses and looks, and the game changer is the 4K 10-bit 240fps slow motion. Now, how did I get these sun-soaked dreamy shots? Well, so I'm a little bit unconventional about how I shoot. An example would be how I actually use the exposure. Now, if you get your hands on Osmo Pocket 4, this is the way. You're going to have to switch to Pro mode to get this started. Shoot towards the sun. Do not use NDs. And there is absolutely a time and place for NDs. I drop my ISO to the lowest possible number, and I point to the sun and ramp the shutter up and down until I'm happy. That's my technique. But if you're shooting at 240 FPS, well, it's already dreamy and vivid, and I'm pushing the sensor to the absolute limit. Now, you need to know this, you can't use D-Log when using slow motion settings on the Osmo Pocket 4, but you can use the inbuilt Osmo Pocket 4 film tones. Now, I filmed today in 4K 10-bit standard. I like how it handles light. The sensor's great. None of these slow motion images I'm showing you are graded, by the way. Now, I call myself a light chaser. I use the 240 FPS to catch little lens flares. I call them vlog rainbows. Here's some examples from today. I get a dopamine hit from it. And if I do, then I hope you do too. Now, how do I get these super close-up shots? It's a macro lens that I have for my Osmo Pocket 3. I use it on the 4 to create the intimate moments that you do. When a filmmaker magnifies their surroundings, it gives weight to the everyday. The small things become the main focus of the story. This made-in-Japan fabric of my shirt, on my headphones, the sounds of the world, the narrative device. It's why we use it. The technology makes this possible. Before 240 FPS, I found this to be too shaky. I'd used this technique before in my previous vlogs, but now I can truly slow down the world. It eliminates the shakiness of our shot. Our human arm has limitations, but we do our best. And on the topic of the arm, all you need is the Osmo Pocket 4, slow the world down. And that's how I do my tracking shots now. If I had a film crew with me, yeah, I'd need a Steadicam and a dolly to do this, but now it's all in my pocket. When actually going very slow, like 240 FPS, all those bumps in your arm, like they're noticeable but a lot less. So there's a bit of leeway, and that's one of the ways that I like to use the technology of slow mode on these smaller cameras to create those kind of dreamy shots. But all this slow-mo is just style. If we want to hit a home run, we're going to need substance. I want a shot of that background. I'll just like whip out the camera and then... But overall, you need variety. Wide shot, mid shot, macro, close up. And then when you get in the edit, you use all these tools to tell a story. You put it all together in a timeline. As you can see here, this is a story. Tech plus soul, small camera, big dreams. If I can make a Saturday afternoon in Melbourne look like a feature film, imagine what happens when I land in Asia on my travels. The Pocket 4, that's my strategy for making sure not a single moment of this next series is wasted. You don't need a big trip to make a big moment. I'm using it today in Melbourne. Autumn's fleeting, but the 240 FPS on the Pocket 4 is the only way to slow time down and actually see it. Now, I hope that was inspirational. Please do look out for the next episode as I test the OP4 in low light to create neon lit dreamscapes like a beautiful Wong Kar-wai film, and on the Pocket anamorphic lens too. Stay tuned.